You're wasting your valuable and precious time with me by making me feel awkward and insecure by clapping for me. I'm Catholic. You should sit there in stony silence and judge me, because that's what I'm most comfortable with. I usually do this at colleges, so this is actually really fun to do this with adults for a change, including some adults who brought their mothers. Let's hear it for moms. I miss my mom desperately. This is what I usually say at colleges, so I'll just say it here. I'm most comfortable working in a question and answer format, writing an advice column for 20 years. Can do that to a guy. I'm now getting letters from people whose parents I was giving advice to before they had children, which is a terrifying thing to contemplate. And so what I do when I go to colleges is I usually stand up and say, the conservative Christian group on campus and the Republican group on campus protested my appearance because they thought I was arriving with my big, sweaty, veiny, gay agenda to shove down all your throats. But I actually have no agenda, work in a Q&A format, I don't even have any prepared remarks. I have your questions, so wherever we go tonight, however filthy and inappropriate the conversation gets, you have no one to blame but yourselves. I'm happy to stand here and talk about politics. My particular area of interest is the Stuarts and the English Revolution and Oliver Cromwell and the Restoration, but I kind of think there's not going to be any questions about that. So because there's a lot, we're going to get right to them. Why do some guys like to look at poorly colored photos of the inside of poorly fed strangers' vaginas? I think it's gross. Well, you don't have to look then. My brothers and my brothers are straight and they are fans of vaginas, so this isn't like some gay gynophobic thing to say. My brothers used to call those roadkill photos. Because it sort of looked like a raccoon got run over and I know it's horrible, and don't think that, it's not just vaginas. You can actually go to gay porn websites and there will be pictures of guys bent over, literally holding their assholes open. And I find those just as gross as you find those, or would find those. Some people like to look at where their dick is supposed to go. They like to fantasize about what all of that wrapped around them is going to feel like. So you see those pictures where people are literally holding the hole open. It's not my ass of tea and it's not yours either. But the brilliant thing about porn, particularly now, is if you are seeing porn that you don't appreciate, move along. There's plenty. There's other porn. When I was a kid, porn was in such short supply that you kind of had to make do with whatever your brothers left lying around. And now you can open your own browser window and the world is available to you. What you shouldn't do is judge, a whole group. You shouldn't look at porn that's made for straight guys and resent all straight guys everywhere for that porn. Because not all straight guys everywhere like that porn or any particular kind of porn. And if you're with a guy who likes that kind of porn, and it offends you that he likes it, then fuck off, shut up, go away. You shouldn't judge people's fantasies and inner lives and erotic charges, and not everything is to everyone's taste, not even in a relationship. How on earth do I just get over the guy I knew was the one? It's been 2 months and I am still dissecting it all. Ugh. Here's how you get over it. You tell yourself there is no one. The one is a curse. There is no one perfect person for you, so the one didn't get away because the one doesn't exist. What there are is a world full of 0.64s and 0.69s and 0.73s that you round up to one. So there's actually kind of an unlimited number of ones out there if you take that approach. This guy was not the one. because that person doesn't exist. He was maybe a 0.82. Maybe he didn't require that much rounding up, so you're sad to see him go. But there will be another 0.82, and if not a 0.82, there'll be a 0.64. It might require a little bit more effort to get him all the way up to 1. And at the same time that you tell yourself there is no 1, and you resign yourself to the fact that you will meet someone who isn't everything you ever wanted, who isn't the one, you have to remember that you're not his 1 either. And he's rounding your ass up too. And really, that's a loving act when someone looks at you and pretends that they're perfect, you're perfect for them, as you pretend that you're perfect. Or they pretend that you're perfect for them, you pretend that they're perfect for you, and somewhere you both become greater than the sum of your bits, your sum of your junk, right? That's where the love kind of fills in the gaps. Blah, blah, blah. Next question. How can I help my 18-year-old son come out of the closet to his very conservative Catholic father? Yes, I am happily divorced. So who initiated the divorce? Just shout it out. You or him?
It was mutual. Well, me.
It was mutual. Me. Good Catholics don't get divorces. So if your ex-husband comes back with "good Catholics don't suck dick," you come back with, "well, you can bunk with your son in hell then, asshole," because you got divorced. But what you really got to do, Mom, is do what my mom did, which is after I came out, I'm from a very large Irish Catholic family, lots of uncles, nephews, nieces, cousins, aunts. After my mother had her little crisis about it and got over it, she let everyone in the family know that anyone who had a problem with me had a much bigger problem with her. And gay kids need that. Gay kids need that. You need to set the tone for your husband. You also need to empower your son, for your ex-husband. You need to empower your son not to have anything to do with his father if his father's going to be an asshole about it. Your son is an adult. He gets to have an adult relationship with both of his parents. And that means he doesn't have to see them if they don't respect who he is as a human being and a person. A lot of gay kids don't realize that their presence in their parents' life is the only leverage they have. And your parents may have a tantrum when you come out. And if you remember correctly, when you were a child, tantrums continued if tantrums worked. So you don't, as a good, responsible parent, you don't let tantrums work. And as a gay child, you really become a gay adult child when you come out to your parents. You kind of start parenting them through the whole gayness thing. And if you allow their tantrum to work, it never stops. If your parents have a fit and they throw a tantrum, and to defer to their delicate Catholic hypocritical sensibilities, you don't bring your boyfriend around, you don't mention your sexuality, blah blah blah, the tantrum never stops. So your son needs to be strong, and he can be strong with you at his side, and he needs to say to his father, "I'm gay, get over it, if you have a problem with it, we don't need to see each other, you'll have to pay someone to change your diapers in 20 years, not me." But he's got to be strong in the face of his father's reaction, and he can be that with your help.